As we all know, too much information exists online. This information is often fragmented and reinforces a lack of coordination and the tendency for people working in climate change adaptation and related fields to work in silos. On top of this, now more than ever before, people across the world are searching for the effects of and ways to tackle climate change. How can they find the most up-to-date relevant information that matches their needs? The Placard Connectivity Hub addresses this by bringing together information from multiple platforms and projects into a search and discovery tool, linking diverse knowledge across multiple scales from national to regional and global, yet further advancing the scope of the Connectivity Hub and solving part of this coordination and collaboration puzzle rests on harnessing and leveraging information in new ways. This means using technologies ranging from taxonomies to AI-driven semantic searches to create a shared understanding of language and terminology used across different domains. This requires a new mindset, investment in key knowledge management practices, and the collective will to operate in new ways that make finding and sharing information easier. But what will this look like in practice using the Connectivity Hub? Meet Emma, a healthcare professional who reads about cold snaps in their local news and wants to know more about the temperature-related hazard. Typing cold snap into a standard search engine produces a range of news articles, definition entries, and the Wikipedia page for cold waves. Now Emma feels even more confused. Emma's friend tells her to check out the Connectivity Hub tool. It's a great way to visualise and find relevant knowledge from different sources relating to climate adaptation and disaster risk, and it provides definitions for key terms. Emma uses the Connectivity Hub search engine to find out more about this cold snap phenomenon. It produces a pool of content connected to the keyword cold waves. Pause! I know what you're thinking. Emma wanted to know about cold snaps, not cold waves. Let's rewind and dive deeper into the mechanics behind the Connectivity Hub tool. The Connectivity Hub contains metadata. This is data that provides information about or describes other data, in this case keywords, projects and articles, and organisations. Keywords represent a preferred label. That is the term people most commonly use to describe a concept. Clicking on this keyword allows you to explore definitions, related terms, scope notes, and synonyms. These keywords can be sourced from terminologies and taxonomies, which help provide contextual and semantic meaning. If you're unfamiliar with the concept of a taxonomy, it is a system in which we can name and organise concepts in a tree-like hierarchical structure to help tag and retrieve a set of content. Yet these terminologies and taxonomies vary across platforms and websites, despite opportunities to complement and add value to one another. This reduces the interoperability of knowledge and increases information fragmentation. EU projects like MAIA and Directed can help tackle this issue. The MAIA project seeks to amplify the impact of European climate change research by connecting knowledge and information across platforms to make knowledge more discoverable and interoperable. In this project, taxonomies and terminologies focusing on climate change and disaster risk have been explored and compared to see how they can complement one another and fill knowledge gaps. This will result in even more connections and metadata to input into the Connectivity Hub, helping users discover more relevant content. Let's look at an example. Searching for hazard in the Connectivity Hub pulls together a set of relevant information and content from different platforms. Yet we can expand on this information using taxonomies identified in MAIA. For example, using the Myriad EU glossary and the Sendai framework terminology on disaster risk reduction, we can add different fields of hazards such as environmental and hydrometeorological. And using the UNDRR ISC hazard classification taxonomy, we can add connections to and definitions for individual hazards, such as avalanche, coastal flood, and cold wave. Directed, on the other hand, aims to develop an open-source taxonomy based on inputs from 4 real-world labs to increase the communication possibilities between models for disaster risk reduction and climate risk. It will add value to another important feature of the Connectivity Hub, scope notes. By co-exploring local perceptions of risk and governance, it will give an insight into the language and terminology used to describe hazards and risks, as well as the perspectives that may arise from different locations and contexts. So how will this information be visualised in the Connectivity Hub? Let's have a look at nature-based solutions to highlight the importance of all this metadata. By clicking on this term, a user can see the alternative name for nature-based solutions, related terms such as ecosystem-based adaptation, which they can click on to explore in more detail. They can also explore scope notes for information on how the term is used in different geographies and particular contexts. The goal is to have this available for even more terms to help people like Emma. Speaking of Emma, let's return to their search results. This definition from the International Federation of the Red Cross shows that cold waves can be synonymous or used interchangeably with cold snap and deep freeze. By inputting these as alternative names for cold waves in the connectivity hub, when Emma searches for cold snap, it automatically pulls together all content tagged with either cold snap, deep freeze, or the preferred name cold wave. Clicking on the keyword, Emma will be able to find a definition, such as the UN Office for Disaster Risk Reductions, which highlights that a related term and one that Emma might want to explore further is cold spell. Emma can also explore relevant articles and projects, other keywords such as Australia, and refine the search using the search bar on the left-hand side to find different hazards that may affect her and her patients. Wow, that was fast and easy to use. I now know what a cold snap is and how it relates to similar hazards, relevant knowledge and activities to inform my work, and a range of platforms and organisations to explore further.